This week we've got the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, and what's unique about it? It's an EcoDiesel.
What else is unique is they loaded this one up. It's expensive. Let's get in, go for a drive, and Andrew's gonna go off-roading for the very first time. Okay, Drea, what do we have to put it in?
We have to put it in S for subscribe. And if you really want to support the channel, of course, subscribe, but also hit the notification bell. That really helps us out a ton.
Instagram, Andrea's is motormouth_Andrea. Always looking good, and great balancing act with this Jeep, by the way.
Thank you.
And for me, it's motormouth_Auto. We'd love for you to follow along. This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code MOTORMOUTH to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below. Now, Andrea, I did work for Canadian Blackbook, which is a value guide for many years, did videos for them. And one thing that I did every year was the Best Retained Value Award winners.
Yes.
And I found out that this Jeep Wrangler has the best retained value of any vehicle sold in Canada, bar none.
I know, and Blackbook gave it to the Wrangler 10 years in a row.
It's expensive now, these are expensive, but you get a lot of the money back when you go to sell it.
Yeah.
And that is very important. Now, anybody that knows this channel knows that we love diesels, especially in SUVs, and they offer torque and good fuel economy. What are we working with this one?
So this one is a 3-liter V6 EcoDiesel. It has 260 horsepower and 442 pound-foot of torque.
Now, as a comparison, the vehicle we have at home is a diesel Cayenne, Porsche Cayenne, and it has the same size engine. It has similar horsepower, but it has less torque. Do you notice that this vehicle has more torque than your Cayenne?
Not really. I don't notice it at all. In fact, when you first accelerate, the throttle response is a bit low. But once you get it on the highway, you can really feel the torque. But I don't see a huge difference between my diesel and this diesel. How about you?
Well, we did some acceleration tests. So the camera is on our Cayenne diesel.
Yes.
And we're shooting towards, obviously, this Wrangler. And we did a couple of acceleration tests away, and it was pretty even.
I would say so.
Even though this has more torque available. But I think it also comes down to the transmissions. This EcoDiesel, when you get the 3-liter, you get a different 8-speed automatic transmission. It's designed to take the extra torque and to shift at lower RPM, so it's specially calibrated for this engine. Now, when this latest Wrangler came out, I did a video, one of the first ones, and it has over 500,000 views, so click on the card right here to watch that, and I go through all of the changes, and I was absolutely floored by how much better this drives on road than the old Wrangler.
Right, right. It's very comfortable. It's easy to drive. It actually handles really well in the city. But the bright spot about this vehicle is on the highway. It feels so good on the highway, smooth, powerful, gets a little bit loud in the cabin, but it feels really good on the highway. I prefer it.
So should we show the feature here?
Oh, this is fantastic. The Sky One Touch roof. Look at it go. How convenient is this that you don't actually have to physically remove the roof? I think this is worth the money for convenience, but it is pricey. It's almost $4,000.
So what they've done is, instead of having a regular, panoramic cartridge here, they've done it with a cloth roof. But you're right, to just be able to instantly open the roof and not have to see, with those Freedom panels, you have to take them out and you got to store them somewhere.
Yes.
It's a bit of a pain in the neck. Now, would you want this in a cold climate?
No, probably in a cold climate it might be a little bit difficult, especially if you don't get the cold package where you get the heated seats and the heated steering wheel, which would be another important thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you would prefer the hard top,
yeah,
and then you just remove it yourself.
More insulation, or yeah, that's definitely something to consider, but that is very cool.
For your consideration, 4 categories and 4 vehicles for you to consider.
So our first category is closest competition to the Wrangler, and we think it's the Ford Bronco.
It's coming out next year, and it really is kind of a copy of what Wrangler does. Doors come off, roof comes off, all the same kind of go off-road attitude. The next category is closest competitor to Wrangler for off-road capability, but from a premium brand. And I think that one is quite easy too, because it's the new Defender from Land Rover.
Next category is resale value. What would be the closest to the Wrangler? We know that the Wrangler is the champ. Second to that, the Toyota 4Runner.
So the next category, because there aren't a lot of direct competitors to this, we've chosen pickup truck with off-road capability. And the one we've chosen is the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. So there's 4 vehicles for you to consider. Now, those that like to row their own gears, which is a lot of fun with the Wrangler, it's only available with a manual transmission with the base 3.6 liter Pentastar V6.
That's right.
You want the other engines, you have to get the 8-speed automatic.
So they've also got the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, which has 270 horsepower and 295 pound-foot of torque, which actually sounds pretty good.
When you go online, Andrea, and you look at the configurations for this, it is mind-bogglingly complex.
Well, first off, there are so many different models between the 2-door and the 4-door, and then when it comes to features and add-ons, and then the price goes up. I mean, it's really hard to wrap your head around it all.
That's one thing FCA could really work on, make it simpler.
Let's talk about the interior a bit. We've got a 7-inch driver display. It comes standard with a 5-inch touchscreen, but the Sahara, which we're test driving, has a 7-inch, which is standard, but you can pay extra, which this model is an 8.4-inch screen.
The Uconnect system that FCA has in their products has got to be one of the best infotainment systems to use. How about pairing your phone?
Couldn't be simpler.
Yeah, very simple to use. They do an excellent job with that. The Germans could learn from a lot of the domestic brands when it comes to simplicity and ease of use. So what about the rest of it? Because this one is kind of jacked up with
Yeah,
features.
it's jacked up. I mean, I'm not missing anything. I feel like I've got some pretty good luxury in here. There's tons of storage. I like this center console. I think it's designed well. When you look at the back seats, they're comfortable. I have to say, I never really enjoyed the back seats in the Wrangler, but there is a big improvement with this model, much more comfortable.
All right, time for coffee.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
What type of features are a must to have when looking to buy a Wrangler? Well, this is the #1 feature. The Sky One power roof is a game changer. It is just so convenient. So that's a must.
And it's cold, so we're going to close it.
And the cold weather package, heated steering wheel and heated seats, at least in Canada, it's very nice to have. Most people may drive it on the highway. How is it at highway speed? Is it smooth, stable, or bumping? Driving impressions over 100 kilometers. I think this performs the best on the highway. It is smooth and powerful. That's what I really love about it, highway driving. Does the diesel engine increase the Wrangler's towing capacity? I believe the gas version is only rated at 3,500 pounds.
No, it's shocking that the EcoDiesel does not give you more with all that torque, towing capacity. All of the Jeeps are rated at 3,500 pounds. Scratch your head on that one.
How does it compare with German diesels, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, VW? Well, it's very different. It has to do with the throttle response in that it's a little bit slow.
You have to give a lot more throttle to get it to go. It will go, but you just got to kick it. And also, when you start this, when it's cold, she's a noisy. She's Italian. If you want to get a question in one of our upcoming videos, follow along Andrea's Instagram account. It's motormouth_Andrea. And she puts different questions out every single week for questions, coffee, and cars. There's the music. Time for nightlife. Now, you know I love diesels.
I know.
I find this sound is quite satisfying. It's noisy when you start it.
Yeah.
But I kind of think it matches the rugged attitude of this Wrangler.
For sure, I like it.
And you know what else it has? A steep price tag. How much is it to get this EcoDiesel?
Almost $7,400.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of dough.
You know what? When the Germans were selling their diesels in their, mid-size utilities, they would charge about like $2,500 more to get the diesel. I think that's kind of where it should be for this. But $7,500 to get the diesel. I mean, you got to have some pretty incredible fuel economy, right?
Yes, and the fuel economy is okay. I think where it shines is 8.1 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway. And in the city, we're looking at 10.6 liters per 100 kilometers. When you compare it to the gas engine, it's getting 12.9 liters in the city, and it is getting 10.7 liters on the highway.
So that is a marked improvement in fuel economy, but as we found out, there's no advantage for towing.
No.
And I don't think that drivability is really any better. Having had a chance to drive the 3.6 liter and driving this, there's not a chance in hell that I'm spending $7,500 to get this engine. Well, and I love diesels.
Yeah, and you're just not going to make it up with, even if you do a ton of highway driving with the 8.1 liters, you do any city and it just goes up.
What's the price? Like, we're going to focus on the Unlimited, which is the 4-door, and the base model. Let's do the price pause.
The base model of the Sahara with the automatic transmission is $48,095. The diesel engine is $50,090 for the base model. And the test model that we've got today is $71,095.
How much?
I know, $71,095, but it comes with everything.
Okay, you trading in your Cayenne diesel for this diesel?
No, I never said I was trading in my Cayenne diesel. I mean, that sounds a little bit ridiculous.
Okay, Andrea has never gone off-roaded before, and we have a trail-rated Wrangler ready to go. Now, there's a secret little off-road area in Vancouver that we're going to. Now, this is not extreme. This is just going to get this thing dirty.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You like it dirty?
Never done it before. I'll just leave that alone. Thank you.
I'm going to be talking to you on Bluetooth and filming you from outside.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, Andrea, come on down. Let's make some splashes.
Here we go. Oh my gosh, amazing. So much fun.
Okay, come towards me through the mud. Keep the pace up.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh.
Now go through the puddle. Awesome, right?
Awesome. Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God. Can't even see, there's so much water.
You like that, don't you?
So good.
Was that fun or what?
It was so fun. I get the Jeep Wrangler, why people love this. First off, in the city, it's so easy to use, and then you can take it off-roading. What a perfect combination.
The diesel
way too expensive.
Too expensive, but if I could get a deal on the diesel, I would really consider it. I like the highway driving mileage, 8.1 liters per 100 kilometers. Sounds pretty good to me.
This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code MOTORMOUTH to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below.